everybody, welcome back to Womiba Finance Channel. My name is Sonia, and I will be doing proof of funds for students, and we have to talk about a lot of things, for students. And if you are joining us new in this channel, my name is Sonia, and I run this Womiba Finance Channel. It's all about immigration and finance, and how immigrants can, get their finances in order and everything. And if you are joining me new here, please, and you have not subscribed, please, can you subscribe? And just click the like button so that the Facebook will get our algorithm so up. And again, leave a comment and with your name. Let me know who you are. So we can now, okay, Toye, hello. And we can now, you can drop a question. But what I'm doing today is to make it easy, because, students are coming in January, April, September. And this is the time they need to get their proof of funds right. When you prepare something, you will be much, you will be ready in a better way than rushing things up. That is when you start fixing things up anyhow. But when you start early, it will be, now lady, hello, hi. Please, can you just click the like button? Because if you click the like button, YouTube will know we are live, so that they will get other people here. So now, students, probably you might not have a lot of money. I know. I was one, although I came with a scholarship, but I was one of you. Although you might not have anybody to support you, but you can still do it. Believe me, from somebody that someone that has worn the shoes, and someone that prepare others to wear the same shoes. So it is so easy, but the problem with Africans is that we don't prepare things on time, and we do it carelessly. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Imagine somebody will be traveling, he will just relax because an uncle promised him. And when an uncle couldn't get anybody, you will find out that the person doesn't even have any other hope. Because you can't pack your one basket, you can't pack your eggs in one basket. If anything hits the basket of the egg, everything will get spoiled. So that is why you are watching this channel today. So we will make it a lot of clear, because we will do a lot of calculation together, and we will make it simple for everyone, whether you're coming to UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, USA, France, Germany for student visa and all that. So you need to get proof of funds to show that you will not dip hands in the government welfare system. That is why they need this proof of funds. So let me repeat it again. The Western world asks you for proof of funds because they don't want you to, come and dip hands in their pockets. So that's why they want to show that you can take care of yourself. That is what it means, and that is what it is for. So let us now get to the down to the main thing. So now, let me say you got admission in Canada, and where you're going is Toronto. So we have had one person that got admission in Canada and going to Toronto. Number one person. Then number two person, admission UK and going to okay, I will not say London, but I would not like to say London, but I will say London because London is the place where everybody is running away from. I will say London. Okay. Then Mrs. C, that's number 3, got admission in Australia, and they are going to pay. So these are the 3 people we have, and they are all students coming from maybe Tanzania, maybe Zimbabwe, maybe Nigeria, maybe Botswana, maybe Zambia, Namibia, South Africa, Lesotho, Uganda, Liberia, Sierra Leone, anywhere, Togo, anywhere, Congo, anywhere from Africa. We don't care. All we care is that you're coming from a third world country, which the continent is in Africa, and again, you are asked to provide POF. So, what do they need to see in that POF? I will tell you. Number 1 is to show that there's I wouldn't say, I don't want to judge them harshly. I wouldn't say they want to see a lot of funds, because I know you might have $1 million sitting in your account and they will still deny you visa, and they will say that your POF is not okay. So I wouldn't say to have enough money, because there are many people that have gotten rejection because money was stagnant in their account. Number 1 thing they want to see is that is a functioning account. A functioning account. What do I mean by a functioning account? Account that a real human being is using. So who is a real human being? A real human being is somebody that wake up in the morning and use bank account. You go to shop, pay for fuel for your car, go to maybe go and get food from a lucrative restaurant. That is, the account is working with somebody that is alive. So it is a functioning account, not dormant. So that's the word you people know in Africa, dormant. I think many Nigerians will know when they say account is dormant and it is stopped. It's because it doesn't show that there's a real human being using that account. That is what it shows. So now it's a functioning account. The person that owns this account is a human being, and that human being is using this account on daily basis, maybe on weekly basis or monthly, but there's something, that's a sense of life in that account, which means that they can see that they are using that account to pay for fuel, or to pay for refilling, pay for maintenance, pay for food, pay for groceries, pay for transport, pay for a lot of things. So even bill like electricity bills and all that. So it is a functioning account. It is not an account that somebody embezzles money and come and dump, and that account is not working because you're hiding it away from the money laundry people, and because you want to go abroad, you think that you have $1 million there and they will listen to you. Nobody will listen to you, my dear. Then number 2 is that the account linked to you. I will explain this. What do I mean? You might not be the owner of that account, but there has been a case, or there have been a case or cases that have shown that this account is funding you. When we say somebody is funding somebody, it means that that person, like you said, your uncle is the one sponsoring you. Your uncle will wake up and pay some money for your expense, because if somebody is sponsoring you has said that you are his dependent or her dependent, what it means that the person is taking care of you. So how would that person show it? The person will show it that there's a transfer going to you for you to take care of yourself. But sometimes I've seen somebody that brought an uncle's statement of account. This man has a lot, or this man has a lot of money, and when they brought that account, there's not anything showing that that uncle is linked to her. There's no anything at all. So you will be rejected, or your visa will be rejected. So the account must show that they are giving you money to support you. Sometimes they will wake up and transfer like 500,000 200,000. Or you can, if you are telling them that you are working for that your uncle, then it becomes a problem, because that your uncle have to use the business account to pay you salary. You understand what I mean? So it is better to put it that your uncle is your guidance and sending you abroad. Simple and short. Don't speak too much grammar. So what it means that you are his or her daughter, in quotes, that is going abroad, and you will take from A to Z bills or your expenses without batting an eyelid. So that is the way it works. Now, number 3, we have talked of functioning accounts linked. So the accounts will link to you in a way that there will be a transaction, many transactions going to you. Because if somebody is taking care of you, the person have to, if you're going to get your transcript in your school, the person will give you money. If you're traveling to Abuja to submit the paperwork, the person will give you money. So that is, the account is linked to you. They are giving you money and they are helping you. It shows, so nobody will doubt whether they are really doing what they say they are doing. That is the way it works. Then number 3, you have to, now let's take number 1, Canada, Toronto. It is, that's Toronto you're going. Then how much is a rent? Because see, as a student, you are going to pay student accommodation. I don't know. I don't know renting. I've never lived in Toronto, but the figures we'll be using here is nothing. But I will just create a clear picture of how it works. I'm just creating a clear picture so that you can use it. Let's say Toronto, Canadian dollars, 100 Canadian dollars is rent. Remember, this figure is wrong. Please don't take it at heart, to be truth. So Canadian dollars 100 is rent. Then how much is living expenses for one person in Toronto? So I don't know. Like I said, I've never lived in Toronto. So the living expenses might be 50 Canadian dollars. Then let us say that transport, I don't know where your university will be, but if you're going to pay transport, let us say that the transport is equally 50 Canadian dollars. Remember, all these figures are so rubbish. We are just using an example. Transport to your school. Let me say the living bills, we have what we call living wage, and we have what we call like feeding, and all that is different from utilities. Let me say the utilities you'll be paying for. Utilities includes phone, TV license, and gas, electricity. So let me repeat: gas, electricity, TV license, your phone. All these things are contracted. And again, in the way they do it is not like Africa, or where we buy top up. You can buy top up here, but I don't see many people doing it. Everybody use a contracted phone. So let me say all these 4 things are 50 Canadian dollars for utility. Remember, all these things are rubbish. Please don't use the figure. Don't say it's 50 and use it in your distance. Please, they are not right. The figures I'm putting here are not right. So 50 for utilities. So now, what is stipends? What is pocket money? What is unforeseen circumstances? What is the school expenses? Like school, if you're going to school, you have to have a pocket money for unforeseen circumstances, like printing of your paper in the library, or paying for coffee when you're going for your lectures, or paying for activities, school activities. Some universities, they normally, some universities have some routine activities that you can pay for, or for gym, your gym. If you're a man, you guys, you like to keep fit. So, or your gym activities, So this comes under, all this thing comes under pocket money. So let us say it's 100 Canadian dollars. Okay, let us now calculate how much we have. We have about 350 Canadian dollars total. Then your uncle might not have paid the entire school fees. That's the new, your uncle might not have paid, because most of you that are going abroad on a budget, you normally pay deposits. And let us say that the school fees is 12,000 Canadian dollars. 12,000 Canadian dollars for school fees. And you paid 4,000 Canadian dollars as deposit. Remember, you have to pay the full amount before you graduate. Sometimes it comes with 2-time installment or 3 times. So depending on the what you are agreed in your contract of payments with the school. In UK, I think they have 3 times payments, 3 installment or thereabouts. So you paid 4,000 Canadian dollars when you are in Africa as your deposit to get offer letter and to prepare for visa interview. So you paid 4 Canadian dollars deposit. So what is remaining is 8,000 Canadian dollars. It's the balance you need to pay the school. So remember all the things: rent, living expenses, transport, utilities, pocket money is 350. Then what is remaining from the school fees for you to complete the school fees is 8,000 Canadian dollars. So the total fee, that with everything, your living expenses, your rent, and all that. Remember that this this rent we said is 100 for the whole 1 year is just rubbish. Remember that it's more easy. It can be 5,000 Canadian. I don't know the rent, but we just peg the entire 1 year rent for 100 Canadian dollars. But I know that all these things are wrong calculation, but it's just to give you an insight. So all the fees now that is remaining for you to pay and everything is 8,350 Canadian dollars. So now, how is your uncle going to prove this? That they will fix these bills for you and they will take care of it. Remember, this number one that is going to Toronto is being sponsored by uncle. Remember that. So now your uncle has equally shown that this account is linked to you. Do you know how the account will be linked to you? That your uncle is giving you stipend. It has to show for not less than 6 months that they are giving you some money. They are sometimes give you some money because you're living under them. Then the thing your uncle will do now is to show that he has this money in his account, this 8,350 Canadian dollars. Remember, all these figures are just for this example. Please, I keep on repeating it so that you don't say that you have said that with 8,003 Canadian dollars that you are done. No, that's not what I said. All of you remember. I'm just using all this figure for example. So now this 8,000, your uncle will prove that he has this money. So your uncle might be an matter, your uncle might be a civil servant, your uncle might be a politician. It doesn't really matter what they do for a living. What matters is that their account is functioning, and whatever they say, they have who they are. They have to prove that they are this person. If they are saying that they are a politician, they have to tell their lawyer to construct a letter that they are taking, which means this is like, I'm saying, I, Mr. Okeke Okafor, is saying that I'm responsible for Chinedu Naji, upkeep. Or I, Mr. Adekunle or Johnson, is saying that Bidemi Coker is my niece and I'm going to sponsor her to get master's education in Canada. Blah, blah, blah. Look at my statement. Look at all the money. Your lawyer will specifically write all these things out to say that you have consulted with the school, and they, because sometimes the school will give you an idea where the school is situated. They will give you an idea of how much that you need to survive in the city. So the school might give you like rent there. The school will give you all this data, the correct data. The school will give you the right data. If you call them to ask them, they will give you the right data. So the school will tell you everything. So use the school figure if you want to be in good, just easy. So you will write that letter that they are the ones sponsoring you, and they have consulted the school, and the school has given them the figure what you need for 1 year, and they will write it there, and they show their account that they have this money. So far that your uncle's account is functioning. Remember, the meaning of functioning is the account a human being is using, and your uncle that is a politician, they can prove where he's earning his money, and if he's a senator, they will know him. So that one is not a problem. So let's come to UK, London. So this one that is coming to London is self-sponsor. You know, uncle is sponsoring the one going to Toronto. So this one, number 2, is the major one guys find difficult because they are the ones sponsoring themselves. You understand? Because if you're sponsoring yourself, you're supposed to be in education than making money to sponsor you. And sometimes we have found out that most people struggle to raise this money. But I will make it simple for you here. So if you are self-sponsored, it's straightforward. So stop crying that you don't have somebody. You have yourself. So far you are healthy. You have yourself. Let me tell you this. If I can do it, you can do it. Now you're coming to UK and you are self-sponsored. So what you're going to do is to start now. If you're coming in September, if your friends will help you to kick off your accounts. What do I mean by kicking off accounts? Kicking off accounts is paying. Let me say, okay, your job, you are a teacher teaching in a school, in a private school, but of course you want to get good education in London. So this teacher, your salary, this is where it comes handy. Your salary is 50,000 naira or 50 cedis. Ghana people that are watching me, please, is a wrong figure I'm giving, but I'm just using example. Okay, let's say it's 50 cedis. 50 cedis or 50 rands for people in South Africa, or people in Kenya. Kenyan shilling is 50 Kenyan shillings. So, but let's say it's 50,000 naira. So 50,000 naira, a year your salary is 600,000. You can see you can't fund yourself. It's simple, straightforward answer. You can't do it with this, your teaching salary. Probably you have saved money when you were serving, or you have somebody that you inherited money, or you have somebody that gave you some cash. So your monthly salary a year is 600,000, which is nothing to, if you're coming to UK. So now what I want you to do is to open a business account. If you cannot open a business account because it's personal, it doesn't matter, because as a teacher, your best option is to tell them that you teach, you have private tuition classes. Nobody will doubt you. If you want to make them believe you, you have to go to CAC and open a business, call it Ades Tuition School. Tuition school means that lesson, this lesson young children goes, or weekend lesson, some kids that are not good in mathematics, you go to their house, or you say home lesson teacher and all that. So you have opened this business, and you have gone to get a name for this thing. Remember, your salary is 600,000. So let's throw it away because it will not go anywhere. But it is a tool. Your 600,000 per year is a tool. Probably you have taught in that school for 5 years. So they will still calculate 5 years with the living wage, because the people that you will be going to their embassy are in Nigeria. They know what goes on. You can't lie to them unnecessarily. They know what goes on. So now you have gone to get CAC, certificate that you are a teacher. Now you go to FIRS, get a tax code, because you need to prove that you pay tax. So let me say, remember, you've got some money. Maybe when you're serving, you did a business, a dealing that became good, came out good, and you made a lot of money. Let's hook it that way. So now with those money and the lesson you are teaching, probably you might give somebody, give somebody this tuition school business account you open. I don't want you to use it to do anything that doesn't concern this business, but listen to me. Now you have to go, and maybe let me use your mom or your brother or your sister. Yeah, let me use people in your family. It will be easier for us to explain this. So what they will do is, so they will help you fund this business center. To be assumed that you are giving them tuition, education, or home tuition, or home schooling, whatever you call your others training or whatever. So now, if you might say that you agreed with them 500,000 per a child, and you've been doing it for 2 years till you decided to make it a business, because you will be asked, why did you open your business in November? So to back that question, or to throw that question away, first of all, be prepared, be armed. Tell them that you've been doing it for 3 years and you later decided to open it as a business because it is working. You have seen that it's thriving and you employed other teachers. Simple. Nobody will not ask you, why did you open this business in November 2023 and you're coming abroad? So how did you make the money? Remember, let your mind work faster than the people interviewing you, or will be flipping your paperwork in the visa office. This is what you'll be aiming at. So you have thrown down questions away with your opening letter that you started this business since 2 years ago, and later on you decided to quit your teaching or to still continue teaching but work every weekend, and you decided to register it because the business is yielding a lot of money, and now you want to go to abroad to acquire more education to help you make it more lucrative and recruit other Africans. You can see the way you sound. You sounded like somebody that has something upstairs. Now give your mothers that money. Maybe it's 5 million, maybe it's 10 million. Give your mother, give your auntie, give your brothers. They will be funding that account every month, every month, every month, every month. Aha! Before June, you have saved your deposit, and you have saved a lot of money to take you or to pay all the bills. So from the number one we did, you can see the way we calculated rent and all that. So the school you're coming, you have to call them in London and ask them, standard school accommodation is how much? They will tell you maybe it's 500 pounds. Maybe you ask them cost of living expenses, they will tell you it's 100 pounds. you ask them transport, red bus tickets and all that, or train tickets. Will you from, because if you are getting the accommodation from the school, you can be able to ask them. So what is the distance? How much is the transport? And they will tell you, you write it down. So all this, your utilities, your pocket money, you have checked it with what the school told you that is the anticipated expenses you will make in London. So let me say they say that is 15,000 euros for that, 15,000 pounds for that 1 year. So that 15,000 pounds, all you will be targeting is that those your parents, those your sisters that act as if that you are there, you are teaching their children and they are paying you money, you are saving, blah, 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 should fund that account to the tune of 15 million pounds, which is around like 17 million as of today. As of today, exchange rate. So in Nigeria, it should be 17 million. So, but I know that UK, you can pay 3,000 deposit, which is around 4 million deposits. Then when you come in here, you have to start paying all of them. But they want to show, you have to show them that you have this floating business. And again, when you are drafting your letter in embassy to explain yourself and why you are going abroad, because I like you people to be writing, go and get a lawyer to write that letter, to be writing that letter to support your application, your visa application, because they will make a space for you to write it. But that space is not enough. In my own case, I wrote my own, I typed it in Abuja. I can't forget that day. I still remember it vividly. I typed it by myself. Nobody told me, but I have studied the whole system so much, because if you're trying to get scholarship, you'll be reading like people are watching me. You will have a lot of experiences from a lot of people. So I was so prepared with it. And our own is like, then I think 2009 or thereabouts, our own is that they will stamp your visa in your front of you. So the lady that was interviewing me, I wasn't even hearing her English then. I wasn't even hearing, because she was from Liverpool. You know the way they speak their English. But all I gave her that thing I have typed to explain myself. So she read it and start asking. I changed the interview routine. Instead of her to ask me question, she was asking me question from the statement of purpose I've written for that visa. I changed my own tune. I've said it in Facebook before. I gave her the thing I wrote, and she was asking me questions. So it was like within 15 minutes we are done. She stamped my visa. And when I came out, my uncle was asking me, is it done? I said, yes, sir, let's go. I'm going there. I've done it. Look at it here. Everybody was shocked, even the girl, because people were coming out rejected. I went there, so I changed the interview section. Instead of her to ask me the questions, where are you going, where are you, I have stated it already. Well, because then it was like booming oil, petroleum. As an engineer, I did chemical engineering and all that. I'm coming to do manufacturing engineering and management. So it is easy to say that I'm coming to help Nigerian, blah, blah, blah. I was saying it that I'm coming back. And what I want you to do when you are explaining these things, be saying it that you're coming back to use your knowledge. Don't tell them that you will stay back. They don't want you to stay. They want you to come and spend your money and go back. So just tell them, tell them that, and they will leave you alone that you're coming back. We all know how the game play out when we come here. So forget about it. Tell them that you're coming back, that you just need that knowledge to work your tuition school. That, the way you will be talking, you'll be saying it with confidence that you're coming, that this is your business, that you want to build it, and even tell her or him, tell him or her that, look at, we have unemployment, that you want to go and get education to come and employ like 10 people to be doing homeschooling. And confidence, that's what you be. It's a business, you're a businessman, you are CEO of this company, you floated, you are a graduate. So stand your ground, change the interview section by focus on you. Don't focus on government or that government is bad. I've seen somebody that went for the ask, I say, I want to go out because I don't know what the politicians are doing. You can't tell somebody this. They want to, okay, look at Palestinian, what is happening. Do they want to get them out? They want to tell them to stay that they are bringing aid. No, they want to not to stay in their country. So follow the lead. Tell them that you are coming back, that you need this education because you want to understand how to run it, to employ 200 people, to make it to creative. You want to break Lagos market, Abuja market, Enugu market, Port Harcourt market. They'll be looking at you. You come back and employ 200 people. Confidence. So change the interview that they were asking you. Are you sure you're going to come back? Are you sure you're not running away? No. First of all, tell them that is to go and get knowledge and come back. Start it off that you really have your family here and business that is working. That you don't like going, you just the knowledge and the exposure that you use to run your business. So stand that ground, defend it with everything in you. That is it. So your family, your everybody that is helping you to make this account functioning will make it function in the tune of 15 or 17 million naira, which is what you need. So that balance, and every time make sure that you are using the money not for private, like when they do direct debit, you can say 200,000, you will say Mrs. Joma, you will say the reference should add that you are using it to work on your business. You can say Mrs. Joma salary, or you say Chijoke salary, or you say Femi salary, as a businessman. So work this account fresh because the account is fresh. So work it, having it in mind that you are using it for something, and they have to see you that you are using it legitimately for something. But make sure that at the end of the day, when it's approaching May or June, because that's when you people start applying for visa and all that you have the tune of 17 million or something. So immediately they give you visa, you can give people that give you those money back. So that is it. Then Australia pets, this one now can say that her uncle, she's working for her uncle or her mom or her father, or like you are doing a business and with people, or you are a staff of your parents' company and they are sponsoring you. Or this one is for people that don't really have business they are doing. They don't have that mind to start their own business. They don't have people sticking their head for them, like number one and number two. But this one, they might have an elder sister. Maybe that elder sister has this money, and this elder sister want them to travel abroad, but they don't know how to. Maybe they are Omata, staying in Alaba or Onisha. So the first thing you will do is forget all this number one and two, because this your auntie that is doing this thing is now sticking her head for you, but they are not well, like putting it out that they want to take all your this thing. Then two of you can say that two people are two mother are from the same parents, and you inherited 17 million naira. Inheritance. You can turn it to inheritance. Nobody will, because inheritance is something that you can decide to spend it the way you want. I have somebody like this before, so we thought of what to do, but he has this Omata brother, this Omata, and we are telling this Omata to go and open a business account and start paying tax, to become so like a official. The guy said no, that he just gonna help him. So the guy said no. So we work out that we speak to the lawyer. So the lawyer will write that two of them are surviving parents, and the parents died intestate, and they have shared their money, and he got 20 million, and the brother has given him the 20 million he got. They gave him this, straight away. That's no, because it's inheritance money. So I'm opening your eyes to tell you what is happening. If you peg it inheritance money, nobody is going to Okay, because it's inheritance money. A lawyer is not saying that both of your parents has died and they gave you people inheritance, and look at what they have shared. He will stamp it with his legal chamber stamp. Bam! That you have gotten your own 20 million. Then you go and tell them that you want to come and get education. And when you come back, maybe you're coming to do data science, that you want to open a media house, a data media house, blah, blah, blah. You write a business plan, package yourself. They will give you visa. It's so easy because I understand. There are people, their family member don't want to come out like official to start, going to FIRS, going to open business account. All these all matters. Most of them don't even have business accounts. They use private accounts, current accounts, and they don't want this stress them that you want them to, because business account will charge them, and they will start the government they will start paying tax. So people run away from a lot of things. And again, don't even feel bad because trying to, you are trying to let somebody out to be, eating like wolves, government wolves. So have it in mind that you shouldn't be angry, but there's a way to work it, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Peg it inheritance. Let every roof fall. Say you inherited money, 20 million, your lawyer has paid you. Look at your lawyer letter, but do this inheritance like December, January, that you got this money and you want to upgrade your knowledge. Now, maybe you did statistics in school. Then you tell them that you want to come and do data science or something. So you have to talk more on the courses, why you need that courses, why you need that course you want to do to help you maybe come back and take over the business you inherited from your father, that your father died since 5 years ago, but it's not that you people shared whatever, that you're going to get this knowledge. It might be something like nursing. You will say that your father has like a local bone this thing that you want to come and do nursing to help, restructure the business because they have died, blah blah blah. And that's a lawyer stamp it. Not more than I have more than 10 people that use inheritance idea, because most families don't want to stick their head, because all these somata people that has this money to give or help you out, they don't want to stick their head to tell you that you come and be telling them to open business account, start paying tax, start doing this so that they will work their account so well. No, people shouldn't be stressed, or people shouldn't be led, because once you get it, you go. They are the one to be chased by FIRS and the business accounts deducting money from them and all that. So the best option is to talk to a lawyer that will help you draft an inheritance package with two people. Say that Mr. Nam, this your elder brother, you younger brother, you inherited this money and you have divided it, the lawyer stamp it, you have this bulk money, since January. Then they will have to know what you are doing. That is what can give you problem in this number 3. So this number 3 might give you problem, because if you're not doing anything, so what do you think, where do you think you can get experience to use the knowledge you're trying to come and get? So the best option is for you to start doing something to show that you are doing this thing pending when you're waiting for your admission. So you can't just be dormant because you inherited money, you want to come abroad. No, you have to give a cogent reason why you need that education, and what that education, where it will take you, and how you will use it. So the best option is to say you have a dying business or a dying construction firm, if you are coming to do architecture, or a dying communication center that your dad set or your mom was managing, that you got money from, but you want to resuscitate it. You want to have the knowledge, because you don't have the knowledge, you want to come and gain the knowledge. So what you will say depends on the course you're coming to do. So you will peg that your parents have some kind of that business, so but you are coming to get knowledge to help resuscitate that business since they died. So I think I've given you all my secrets I use to prepare my students, and this is 1 and 2 3. So POF is so easy. You have to know the styles, you have to know how to follow it, and this depends on how you are prepared to go. Please click like button if you're joining us now, because you probably hear that you're not clicking like button, you're not so your comments now, I can start taking questions. Ask your question. Can you do POF for Canada students? I don't do POF. You don't understand it. I will give you advice. So my 1 hour is 25,000 naira in Nigeria, which is $25. So you can pay 1 hour. This now will tell you how to prepare it. You go and prepare it. I don't have any account in Nigeria. What I do is student a study offer. I apply for application for you and get you student offer. Eurofast Global Agency. Hello, madam. Happy to follow you up. I wish your channel for Finland farm work and send you an email regarding. So okay, this is for farm. I will check my mail. Okay, this is where I will be ending this video. Please, can you share this video for me and all that? And I wish you well. If you have any question, you come to WTP and we can discuss it and talk about it. So I will see you guys later. So bye bye.